Hello, ladies and gentlemen. On your screen right now, you're going to see a table of contents and timestamps of where each of these different segments are. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about what's been going on and a few things that have been cropping up on the YouTube side of things that have made me a little concerned for the future of this channel. So, let's begin. The first thing would probably be college. It's been 2 weeks since college started. And the first week I was told that tomorrow, which is Saturday, the 16th, I will be the promotional lead for the Sandbanks Music Festival. Cool, right? Yeah, all good, yeah, cool. I've been planning entirely for that for the last 2 weeks. It's just going to be me and the driver at the Sandbanks Music Festival, giving out buttons to people who listen to the station, blah, blah, blah. So, basic stuff, right? 3 to 8 p.m. So that in and of itself creates a problem for me because I'm going to disclose some health issues that I have. I'm hypoglycemic, which if you don't know what hypoglycemia is, it's kind of like it's kind of like a different branch of diabetes, but it's caused mainly by what you eat. So hypoglycemia is also known as low blood sugar. It can happen when you don't eat. And for the most part, my family has hypoglycemia, at least in the women of my family, and me included. Whenever I don't eat, I tend to get shaky, and what happens is if I don't eat within a certain period of time after my body has started to hit that crash point, I actually lapse into a coma. And what happens is it requires immediate medical attention, and they have to give me or whoever is suffering from the glucose-induced coma a shot of glucagon, which is synthetic glucose, to get the nervous system back up and running. Or, well, not nervous system, the body back up and running. And managing all this stuff is really freaking hard because I really am. Don't think I'm giving up on you guys. I love you guys to pieces, and I want to make more videos, but I want to make better videos. I would rather put out a video a week that is of the best possible quality and it has a lot of not a lot of cuts, because cuts can be good or bad, right? Transitions can be good or bad. Lots of funny moments and things like that, than I would put out 10 videos that are stale as a bag of week-old chips. So another thing that's been happening is I went into the meeting room, and a couple of the second years were talking about how the college is going to go on strike because they believe that the union isn't treating them well and they're not treating the part-time faculty well. Completely understandable. I completely understand why they would want to strike. That's pretty bullshit that you don't treat your part-time faculty as well as you treat your full-time faculty, whether that be pay grade or just overall kind of attitude towards them. Here's where I get a problem with this, is that it's not just one course faculty or, this or that kind of faculty. It's the entire faculty. The janitors, the teachers, the technicians, everybody. The last strike that happened at this college lasted for 5 frickin' weeks. Now here's the problem, is that we run 2 radio stations. We run one that goes across the campus and is more pop-oriented, and we run one that actually goes out to the local area that is more alternative rock-oriented. And the problem is that the alternative rock-oriented one actually has real clients, real promotions, real music. And the problem is that we have 11 people, me included, that if they all go on strike, we have to manage the radio station all on our own with what little experience we have. Well, most of us have a decent amount of experience, but what experience we have is not as good as someone who's been in the business for 5 or 6 years. Not to detract from any of my colleagues. I think my colleagues are great at what they do. But just like for me personally, I think that I don't really want to. I don't want to have to manage a station for 5 or more weeks. The other thing being that they are cutting back on the amount of time we have for Christmas break so that we don't lose out on credits. Here's the problem. For me, Christmas break is kind of a time where, you go home, you visit family, you relax, you completely kick away all the nonsense BS that is midterms and things like that, right? I need those 2 weeks. Now, the completely polar opposite side of this is that this might not happen. It might get resolved without a strike, and all will be well. On the opposite of that, however, is that the strike could go on for 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 10 weeks. Because when you're not paying people enough, they tend to fight like caged animals for what they want. Because they demand the same wages that everyone else should get. And I completely understand why. I would be pissed if I was getting screwed out of money as well. But I feel like we're being punished as the students, which makes no sense to me because I've been in this course 3 years compared to the normal 2 because of my disability. Which means I've been taking a reduced course load, right? The problem with this is, though, is that I could potentially be taking a 4th year because of a situation that's outside of my fucking control and really pisses me off. Now I'm going to try and refrain from swearing too much. That's probably the only F word I'm going to drop this entire video. See, I am improving. Right, so content. This is going to be kind of part and parcel into the next part of the discussion. I'm thinking of diversifying. And by diversifying, I mean I'm thinking of actually getting the stuff to stream on Twitch. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm still very new to the whole YouTube sort of like content creation sort of thing. And I guess this is kind of a poor segue into it, but let's talk for a few minutes about the Adpocalypse, the dreaded Adpocalypse. A lot of the people I watch are people I would actually love to make content alongside. Captain Shack, MF Pallytime, Rurikon, Kirioth, Unit Lost, Preach Gaming and Bellular Gaming, Trade Chat, and Wasted Space. They all do awesome, unique content that is tailored by them. It adds their own unique style, and I think they're really good at what they do. And I hope that I can be just as good someday. But with the recent Adpocalypse, that might not be an option on YouTube anymore. So let me explain what the Adpocalypse is for those of you who might not know by now. It all started with PewDiePie. He made a bunch of controversial stuff that got picked up by Wall Street. Instead of asking him for a comment, the Wall Street journalists brought their findings of his jokes to Disney because Disney was doing a YouTube Red series with him and a bunch of other people, and Disney just completely cut the YouTube Red series and dropped him from Maker Studios. Sensing his story, more journalists started piling in and found that there was a bunch of other questionable stuff that is featured alongside advertising. Oh, God forbid people actually have an opinion on something. Yep, assholes. Then the journalists took screen caps, such as anti-Semitic YouTube channels featuring ads from Coke, Nike, blah, 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 and brought them to the attention of these large corporations. This began many big companies pulling all of their ad revenue from YouTube. Without advertisements, YouTube is getting less money. With YouTube getting less money, they're paying less to everybody who has active AdSense. Here's the thing. Most people talk about the reduction being around 70%. Most of these people make all of their money or their revenue from YouTube advertising. That's huge. So really who we have to blame is not PewDiePie. It's journalists of the Wall Street Journal. It all just kind of got convoluted and out of hand. The problem now is that with the changes to YouTube's ad revenue agency, or ad agency, or what the fuck is it called? Rules regarding ad revenue is what we're going to go with. I know Preach Gaming was talking about how his Holy video got flagged. And I guarantee you, he says it as well, but I guarantee that it's got to be a religious thing. Oh, it's got holy in the name. Things that have themes that might be deemed inappropriate, like religion or murder or violence or sexuality, are all getting flagged. And I can understand the violence, sexuality part, but religion, really? And it's not even religion, it's stupid shit like Shaq Stellaris stuff or Pallytime's Squadron stuff. You know, like, it's completely ridiculous how this is all going about. It's only getting worse. And I was recently, can't talk today, watching a Pallytown video. I'll link to it in the description below because I think it's a really good video. He was doing, he was talking about diversifying, which is kind of what I'm thinking of doing with Twitch. Because it's hard to be a rat on a sinking ship when half of your little rat body's on one ship and the other half's on the other. You can just kind of pull yourself onto the other ship. You know what I mean? The problem here is that I don't know how to stream. I mean, I easily learned how to make videos. Damn it, I can learn how to stream. It's actually probably better for me to stream because I do live shows every week, right, on our radio stations. It's basically the same thing, except you're playing a video game while you do it. And instead of entertaining people with music and informing them of the news, you're just entertaining people with video game content and quality commentary. Back to the original topic of Pallytown's video, he talks about subscriber burnout, which is something I had no idea even exists. So, for example, let's say by some miracle I put out 20 videos in a single day. And those 20 videos are all Surge and Rogue Legacy. I complete both games in those 10 videos each, right? Not everyone likes the same content. Shocker. The example Pallytown gives is not everyone wants to watch his Dark Souls stuff. A lot of his fans like his Heroes of the Storm content, right? Not everyone likes Rogue Legacy. Not everyone likes the Surge. So if out of my 12 subs that I currently have, only, let's say, 4 people watch the Surge and 3 watch Rogue Legacy, YouTube's algorithm, which I can go into bloody paragraphs about it being stupid as hell, says, well, some of your subs didn't watch your Rogue Legacy series and your Surge series. I don't know about that. I know what I'll do. I'll make it so that those series stop showing up on that person's homepage or on your sub's homepage. How's that sound? How's this sound, YouTube? How about you not fucking do that? How about you not touch someone's homepage? How about you let them decide what they see and what they don't? I was having a conversation with my grandmother about this whole thing because it's just a hot button topic for me, and I usually talk to her about all this kinds of stuff, and she said, to me, it sounds like YouTube is getting too political. And to an extent, I agree with her, not completely, because I think YouTube's just trying to keep itself afloat no matter who it hurts. You know? And I mean, if you build up a viewer base on Twitch that love what you do, you can always open a Patreon and have them donate and keep, help you out like that. But I just feel like YouTube needs to get the stick out of its ass. Honestly. And you could get into the discussion, well, shouldn't they just ban channels that are like hate speech and stuff? Well then, or shouldn't they just ban channels that are Nazi stuff? Well, then you have to consider there are history channels. There are channels that actually cover history stuff, like the Nazi Germany and the Third Reich. Should they be banned? No. Because they're history channels talking about an event in history, which needs to be covered so that we don't repeat the same mistakes that we're already repeating. It's stupid. In summary, the whole YouTube automation thing, Adpocalypse, is just, it's batshit. It's batshit insane. I hope I made some semblance of sense in this entire video. I know I got really frustrated at the end, but honestly, when you're looking at something and investing in your future, you cannot tell me you would not be severely upset if all of a sudden you started seeing all your favorite people that you watch consistently and want to do content with at some point talking about, our videos are getting demonetized and such. Like, it's just unfair. And I feel, honestly, in summary, that YouTube content creators, at least in the gaming sphere, are being punished for something they didn't do. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Don't forget to hit that subscription button for more content. I'm hopefully going to be making more in the near future. No promises, though. It is kind of a hectic time period in this semester. And if you didn't like it, it's okay. Just like buttons right there. If you liked it, please hit the like button. And do not forget to hit the little bell icon wherever it is to get notified of when I upload. Hope you all have a great day and a great weekend. Take care, everybody.